Hello everyone and welcome to Best Side Cycling. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please roll over the like button and subscribe. Today we'll be featuring the Westlake Protected Bike Lanes or Cycle Track that runs from Lake Union Park at 9th Avenue and Westlake to basically the Fremont Bridge, which is at 4th Avenue and Westlake as well, and that runs for about 1.2 miles, and the gradient of this path is basically completely flat, and this was added in 2016 and was featured as the number one best addition that year. So it's a really nice and convenient path, which I'll talk a little bit more about. So as you can see here, it's a cycle track that features sort of two bike lanes here that goes both ways, and you'll see just from this video that there is a lot of multi-users here as it's near the Lake Union sort of waterfront, so there's going to be a lot of people about, so definitely watch your way as you're navigating here. There's going to be inevitably a lot of pedestrians that are going to wander on the cycling trail without knowing, so definitely give you a heads up on that already. So the main use of this trail is basically to connect the South Lake Union area with the Burke-Gilman Trail and the Ship Canal Trail that for the Burke-Gilman, some of you guys might know, is one of Seattle's most prominent trails that sort of runs completely west to east. And then the Ship Canal Trail is one that runs basically from the end of this trail towards westbound towards Magnolia. So it'll pass through the likes of Northern Queen Anne and basically lead you right to Discovery Park. So this is a really nice piece of infrastructure and connection that connects you to a lot of Seattle's bike network. Another option you have, though, if you do not want to sort of ride through all these different people on the trail, is that you can also use Dexter Avenue that runs parallel to this just to the west, and that also has a bike lane, but it also features a sort of a gradient going upwards, and then you sort of have a descent heading back down to Fremont Bridge. I do think for people that for certain commutes, that can definitely be a valid option as well. But this cycle track, as we see here, is basically completely flat. And having lived near this area for about 3 years, I've used this, I've ridden this many times, and I always think of this path very fondly. Another really great sort of tip or advice I would give about this trail is that you see that as we've been riding along here on the left, there's an abundance of parking. The parking here, for whatever reason, is one of the most relaxed ones in the Seattle core. Seattle core generally is pretty stringent on parking hours and the amount of hours you can park and the cost and the hours in which it is sort of enforced. Here, parking is free on the weekends and it ends at 4, and there's a large sort of limit on the hour limit on how long you can park here. So definitely I would say that if you're looking for a good place to sort of rally up or come in from outside the city to ride with friends or so on and so forth, just along this strip would be a good place to start. As I mentioned before, it connects to a ton of bike networks in the area, and there's an abundance of parking here, and you never really have to second guess about it. So I use that myself. Now that I don't really live here on the Seattle side, I still use sort of along this corridor to do bike meetups and such. And then lastly, I guess I didn't mention as much yet, but on the right, as we've been riding across Lake Union, this is a great place to get onto the water. There's a couple kayaking and canoeing or paddleboarding places, rentals you can get. And then as well here, I believe we're passing by almost like exact place that Sleepless in Seattle was based, where I believe Tom Hanks was there just across the street in the movie. But anyway, up ahead, that bridge above us is the Aurora Bridge. That does not feature any sort of biking infrastructure, but we'll be riding across it. And then from here, as mentioned before, you really have the options of either going on the Ship Canal Trail, which is basically just a straightaway from where we are now. You'll see it in the fork up ahead as well, where you can sort of turn right and that'll lead onto that trail and bring you westbound. Or you can continue on this sidewalk that we're heading up, and that will bring you right to the Fremont Bridge, where there is a sort of pedestrian bike path on the right, so definitely mind your pace there, and that can bring you right across the water and into and connects you directly to the Burke-Gilman Trail. There's recently been work here too that has made improvements after the bridge with some new protected bike lanes. So I'll definitely probably feature that as a new video as well, because this is a very highly used connection. But that's all I had for this video. Hope you guys enjoy and that you guys are out riding. Just let me know in the comments below if you've ever used this trail before,